Welcome to Take Me to the Cloud, a place for business professionals to hear insights and best practices from industry experts that combine cloud systems, operations, supply chain, and finance.
All right. Hi, I'm Christian DeRusso. Welcome to the Take Me to the Cloud podcast. Today we have Thomas Burns from Withem's management consulting team presenting on App-Centricity. So Tom, can you tell us a little bit about what is App-Centricity and the App-Centric economy?
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Christian. So the app-centric economy and the idea of app-centricity surrounds the idea of exists this vast and really ever-growing marketplace of software tools and ERP applications that are designed specifically to expand the native functionality of core ERP and accounting platforms. So very similar to the way an iPhone or any smartphone has an app store as a marketplace that anyone can design applications for the end user for any particular purpose. Same idea exists for ERP platforms to extend the functionality that is natively built into the software. So typically developed by third-party providers to serve a specific business function or a set of related business functions. And some examples might be a time and expense reporting tool, a payroll processing software platform, payables automation, inventory and warehouse management, advanced reporting capabilities, revenue recognition, kind of anything you can imagine, any sort of function that might be served by an ERP. There's typically going to be a host of different tools out there of varying capabilities that can kind of expand upon the native functionality that's built into the ERP.
Awesome. So how can that help?
Yeah, I guess I kind of just mentioned it a little bit. The idea of without having to customize or develop tools that are really custom fit to your business, you can easily kind of expand the functionality of your core ERP or accounting platform to meet the demands of your business, whether it be due to growth or just kind of improved processes. It's a way to optimize performance without necessarily having to redo everything that you have in place.
So a little bit like a plug and play kind of.
Exactly. That's exactly the idea. You can keep what you have today and just kind of expand outwards rather than rip and replace. Typically, the tools will have pre-built integrations that are compatible kind of across the board. So a lot of times it's just as simple as a few clicks of the mouse. The software will be easily connected and will share data back and forth. Again, it really eliminates the need for that kind of custom development spend. And it allows your ERP platform to grow as your business does and prevents or delays the need for large-scale software migrations.
Great. And who typically uses this type of technology?
I mean, really any business can, but where we see it most often making the biggest impact is for small to medium-sized businesses. Again, tying back to the idea that it's kind of go as you grow type mentality. Some clients we work with often will find that their current ERP solution is no longer meeting the needs of the business with its native features, or they may wish to just simply modernize and innovate operations using more advanced capabilities or automation. So the idea that there may be some solution that's out there already that they can kind of pull off the shelf and plug into their ERP and kind of make their lives a lot easier is really desirable for most businesses.
Yeah, definitely. So when should they start considering a change? Is there like a specific point in their business?
It's hard to necessarily pinpoint kind of one point in time where it's time to maybe look into the idea of expanding or investing in the kind of app-centric economy. But it's generally when any business desires, maybe it's to enhance existing or introduce new business functions, but they're not necessarily ready to take on a full-out ERP migration to more advanced, more robust, more expensive tool. They can look to, again, revisit that idea of an off-the-shelf solution that kind of slowly grows with the business.
Great. And so, for example, I'm looking to start expanding my ERP with the app-centric economy. Where's the best place for me to start?
It typically, like anything, right, starts with a little bit of research. So I guess from a process perspective, we like to think of it as almost like a shortlisting process that starts, or if you want to think of it as like a funnel almost, where we start at the top with a broad scan of the marketplace, look at kind of just get an idea for what's out there, the different options, the different kind of costs involved or the different capabilities that exist. And then it's a matter of identifying what specific business requirements you're trying to kind of solve for and where any gaps might exist today. And then it's kind of going through a process of whether it be seeking out demonstrations or just kind of doing more narrowed focused research to compare what the tool is capable of to the requirement that you have, and determining whether or not that tool is able to kind of bridge the gaps that do exist, and determining which tool is able to kind of check off the most boxes in terms of what your business needs.
And are there any ERPs specifically that you tend to take more advantage of, like the app-centricity and kind of the overall app marketplace?
For sure. So just by nature of kind of tying back to the idea that small to medium-sized businesses will often benefit the most, we deal a lot with the smaller to medium-sized ERP platforms. So QuickBooks is probably our most common, Xero and Intact, even up to NetSuite though, and kind of across the board, any solution is able to kind of tie in with these solutions, integrate with these apps to kind of build out the functionality as it is native to the system. I'd say a simple example that we see all the time is company operating on QuickBooks that wants to kind of optimize or improve their, say, accounts payable function might look towards a Bill.com, which is an AP automation app. So natively in QuickBooks, there's not really a strong, say, invoice matching or invoice approval process, anything like that. But with Bill.com, you can introduce, with really just a few clicks of the button or a few clicks of the mouse, you can introduce an OCR technology to kind of scan incoming invoices, help to categorize to particular expense codes based on whatever kind of guidelines your business sets, and then route that invoice to various people depending on whether it be department or the amount of the invoice to different people for approvals, and then route again to maybe someone to schedule a payment, and then Bill.com can process that payment on behalf of the business without necessarily having to cut a paper check. So it's a lot more advanced than what QuickBooks is able to do natively, and it's pretty light and easy solution to learn and to get connected.
Great. Thanks so much for joining today, Tom. Learned a lot about app-centricity, and hope to have you back on the pod soon.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate having me, and yeah, I look forward to it.
You've been listening to Take Me to the Cloud. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to be alerted of new episodes. For more information, visit withum.com.